Have you ever walked along a path and stumbled upon a giant pumpkin, and then the pumpkin started breathing like it was asleep, but then you stepped on a stick and made some noise, and then the pumpkin woke up and you realized it has crazy eyes, and then it started squirting copious amounts of pumpkin juice all over you, and then a massive ancient mechanical warrior popped out of a portal and started shooting giant laser beams from its eyes? Well, that's what we did in the last devlog for my game Okashi Towers, which is a multiplayer real-time strategy game with tower defense elements. The giant pumpkin that squirts juice and the mech warrior looking dude are some of the new area of effect towers that you can place down to attack multiple enemies at the same time. The pumpkin is for the pumpkin faction and the mech warrior is for the mummy faction. There are two more factions though, so I went ahead and finished the AoE towers for those as well. For the witch faction, you get a crystal ball looking thing with a rose inside, and when you get too close to it, it turns into some evil energy and sprays out some poison gas. For the ghost faction, you get a small little flame inside an ornate looking lantern, but when it gets a little grumpy, it turns up the heat. AoE towers were part of a large update to the game, and they aren't the only towers that I added. This update introduces tower upgrades. You can now upgrade your towers after you build them, so a tier 1 tower can upgrade to tier 2, and tier 2 to tier 3. And now with the AoE towers, you can upgrade tier 3 towers to tier 4. It might sound like you should just upgrade all your towers, but this is sort of a balancing act because AoE towers have a shorter range, so it might be a good idea to pair them up with tier 3 towers to protect them from ranged units. One of the complaints about the game was not having much to do while waiting for a player to attack you or for you to attack a player, but this should give you some more options. Also, people felt like they were wasting their tower slots if they built a low tier tower early on while they're still building their resources, but now that you can upgrade them, it's not really a waste. You may have noticed a few more tower options when you upgrade the tier 3 tower. Not only is there an AoE tower, but there are support towers. A lot of people felt like there wasn't enough team play in the game, and I definitely agree, because even though you fight on the same team as someone, there was no way to heal a teammate or help out in any other way besides just building more units. With support towers, you can build towers that have a support zone that not only affects you, but also all your teammates. The health tower. This tower will heal units over time, so if you win a little battle and you want to heal up all your units, you can bring them to a health tower. The shield tower. A shield tower gives a small defense boost for a short period of time when your units are within the zone. The sword tower. Like the defense tower, this one gives an attack boost while within range. The speed tower. This one's pretty cool because you can chain these along a path and get a speed boost, so you can quickly reach an enemy base or use these to quickly get around to teammate bases if they get in trouble. Unlike all the other towers, support towers don't generate extra resources and they don't attack units, so you gotta use them sparingly. Speaking of units, a lot has had to change because of the new upgrade system. Bot players have no idea how to upgrade a tower, and really the AI for bots needed an overhaul, because while they technically worked, they didn't really make smart decisions based off of what was happening in the game. And now that I've played the game quite a bit, I feel like I can make a new behavior system that would just overall work a lot better. So that's what I did. The new bot AI now knows how to chain towers together, which is pretty much a must-have strategy when playing against real players. For context, towers can be placed near your base or near other towers, so it's called tower chaining when you spawn towers in a direction to try to reach a point far away from your base. This can be used defensively and offensively, and it provides good support when you're trying to send your units to an enemy base. The new AI also supports the tower upgrade system, and it has quite a lot of decisions it can make throughout the game. It knows things like early game, middle game, and late game, and it also uses its units as attackers, defenders, and collectors, and dynamically decides how to allocate units depending on the state of the game. There's still more I want to add to this system, but I think it's a huge improvement over the old system. Also, you can now select the bot difficulty in the lobby, so there's an easy, normal, and hard. Since I already was updating the lobby, I also added in a lobby ready button. This has been a feature request for a long time, but I just haven't had time to go back and add it yet. But yeah, so now instead of having to ask everyone if they are ready, you now have to tell everyone to ready up. It's different. Another small change in the lobby is now hosts can change a bot's faction and color, which previously was kind of annoying if you wanted a specific faction on your team, since you had to just keep kicking the bot and adding a new one till it randomly selected the faction you wanted. The last small change is in the settings menu, so now languages are selected by their actual language names instead of locale codes. Anyway dudes, that's all I got for now. See ya!